allow me this to be my meeting with all the candidates. I know that there are some important persons, journalists, but anyway, we settled so that I want to tell 20 minutes before you know who is in the second round and who is out. Because after it's completely different situation. But first, as we don't like music, I would prefer without that piano. What I wanted to say, I think I can say in my poor English, and Mr. Laskowski, Mr. Laskowski is not here?
He will be here.
He will be, because maybe he would be helpful. Mr. Laskowski, I will tell something in English, but if it's very not understandable, maybe you will tell your English. First, I would like to say you again, congratulate. You were chosen from 108.
Przepraszam bardzo, poprosimy do mikrofonu.
First, you were chosen from 180, and it's already a success. Now we have a result, we will know a result. I have to tell you that I'm surprised. And many of my colleagues are surprised. But this is competition. But I have observed you during 4 days, and I told you the first day that competition is a big lesson. Allow me to give you this lesson now. So, this is my only professional remarks. The first one, most of you came for the first time to this orchestra. You know, the moment when you enter the stage and tell something to the orchestra, or you don't tell anything, I consider as a very important moment. When Bernstein conducted my Polish orchestra, he needed 10 minutes before he came to the stage. Of course, it cannot be your case. But I have to tell you that what I appreciated, even some of your, especially Chinese or Japanese, came and told to the orchestra, "Dzień dobry." I think it's very important, because there were some people who I announced, please, Beethoven, Eroica. I find it very bad. And there were 1 or 2 persons who had excellent entrance. We are in the competition, so I cannot tell you who was. But it was obvious. Second, you receive a Haydn or Beethoven symphony to conduct. Almost nobody told there will be a repeat or no. But this is essential. I can imagine with Haydn symphony, it's obvious you do, but with Eroica, not at all. You should, from now, remember, this is the first thing you should tell to the orchestra. Please, we repeat. Or we will repeat in the concert, but this is rehearsal. We won't repeat. You know what a stupid situation that you finish a long exposition of Eroica, of some people play, repeat, and some people go on. It's, please, never do it, never do it. If you do so, don't tell you were in Katowice in competition. Then, very important thing. There's many pieces you can conduct in 2 or in 4, in 1 or 3. Why don't you announce it to the orchestra? Why should it be mystery for the orchestra? I cannot understand. Of course, maybe sometimes you are able to start without saying it. But it's helpful. Oh, gentlemen, I start in 4, then I go in 2. Some of yours did it, but very few. You see, I looked 40 people. So this is my first general impression. Everything was understandable, Mr. Laskowski?
I did understand, maestro. How about the call? Czy trzeba tłumaczyć?
Yes, yes. Yes. Now, you knew that you have a rehearsal, but you realize that it's a competition, not a rehearsal 2.5 hours, only a rehearsal of competition where you will be asked in 30 minutes to conduct 2 pieces, but one of them has 4 movements. And some of yours come and start, for example, Eroica with 3 minutes exposition. So we think, jury, say, he's unable to work, probably, that he only conducts. But no, at the end of the exposition, when some half of the orchestra plays, go on, half of the orchestra repeats, you stop and you start to work. It's very bad. You can do it when you have a concert. You have a rehearsal for 2.5 hours. Of course, you can play the whole movement. And next day, you can start working. But if you come to any competition, when you have to work with the orchestra, please don't do this stupid thing. Please, for your sake. Then, again, many times, jury who, to be a conductor, a member of the jury is very heavy work. It's heavier than conducting. And believe me, it's boring because you have to hear 20 times Fledermaus. That's why many of yours were asked, please conduct something like a concert. Like a concert. I cannot understand in this situation that there were people who I know who know very well the score and asked to go in the concert, they still conduct with the score, with the head in the score. It's competition. You have to show you are the best. When you know the score by heart, and it's concert performance, please, hurry, my score. To show, not to not look. But close it in a way that everybody sees. It's competition. You have 30 minutes to make expression. So I saw one person who didn't conduct from score, but didn't close it. I think it's stupid because of point of view of competition. Because competition, you must prove that you are the best, And all this advice you can in next competition. Yes. Now, very important. Although English is now like Latin, you should realize that we are not English language people here in Poland. And maybe some of the people or the orchestra understand you, some not, but they are very nice. If you do something, they always do, but don't think they understand. When it's such a situation that a member of jury who is English almost from the States ask you to speak louder, don't expect the orchestra will understand your English. And what is important when the orchestra doesn't understand you, that it's very boring for them. That's 20 times Fledermaus and conductor says, blum, 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 yes. So in your own interest, please, next time you come to the orchestra and anything what you say, please say it yes, again. I conduct in 2, please, without repetition, and I don't know. No matter what you say, conductor is more important the way you say it, I know very excellent Polish conductor, allow me to help the Polishman know, Mr. Szemkow, who is the highest authority by Polish orchestras. I saw him many times at the rehearsal. He comes and says, first violins, you have 16. And people say, oh, he's clever, you see. He told her 16 because he does almost a mystery from this 16, you know? You know my idea. Please don't forget. It's very important. And the other conductor comes and tell exactly the same thing. Gentlemen, this is 16th. And violin say, how stupid is here? We know, we have it in our music 16th, and this was told many times. Go on. You know, only the way of speaking. Yes. And now about some details when I was very disappointed, and you will be disappointed too. For example, many people conducted Barbier of Sevilla. And now I have to speak about your work with the orchestra. I think working with the orchestra is pay attention to many details. I don't speak about situation when the oboes or clarinets enters because they thought there would be Fledermaus and there would be a symphony without oboes. And they played the first note with a very audition, and the conductor completely didn't notice it, you know. And only he thought, please, again. But again, the oboe player, he remarked he was not in the right piece, you know. But you had the opportunity when the oboist plays not completely out of tune note, it's a great chance for you to show that you remark it. Because many times your remarks were not useful for the orchestra. Instead that you could do very good remarks. Imagine Barbier of Sevilla, ram, pam, 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 you know, cello and second violins. You didn't realize that cellos played everything with up bow. Tot, 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 tot. And second violins plays the lom, bom, 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 bom. No matter what you prefer, you should notice and say them. Oh, please, everybody like cellos, or everybody like second violins. And imagine, we in jury, we remarked it after some time, only I watched the cellos and Mr. Piarowski was the second violins. So we did not agree what is the character. But I spoke secretly with cello player, and then secretly to second violins. Imagine that they understood, and the next they alone play everybody like that. But after 5 buys, violas come, and violas play like that. And how many was the barber? Maybe 10 times. Nobody notices. You know, I, as a conductor, experienced conductor, I think this is very bad because conductor should take care of the rhythm, of tuning, of course, of articulation, of dynamic. If you say something, please be consequent, unless if it's good or not. Now, we were in jury very surprised. We saw a new tradition. Then in last symphony, Haydn, you do tam, pam, pa, pa. We never saw. I guess the good conductor maybe does the same in YouTube. But here, 4 people did the same. But even the worst were that 2 of them did tam, pam, pa, pa, and then not decided, diminuendo, not diminuendo, something, jak to mówią w Polsce, ni pies, ni wydra. No. Sorry, I cannot translate it. I'm not able.
That was an idiom which cannot be translated, but can be paraphrased, which would...
Imagine you start second movement, Eroica. You have this phrase in double bass. And maybe 1 or 2 of yours had a wish, please play before the beat or on the beat. They played how they wanted. And if you have this, 1 of yours was clever, that please, bass, before the beat. They bass played the beat. But next bar, they already were later, a third bar, they were on the beat. So it's very bad. If you, the same thing, because if you want before the beat or on the beat, up to me, when I was young, I did before the beat. When I'm old, I do on the beat. Maybe after my death, I will do that. But I try to be consequent, you know. And this is the most important. Now, musical. You should realize, again, Barber of Sevilla. Of course, this is opera music. Opera music, when you change tempo, faster, slower. Okay, I can like it, I can not like. But if you start Barber, ta 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 ta, and then you push the tempo, you come to reprise and ta 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 ta. This is off, you understand? You are in faster tempo in the same place in reprise. I find it very bad. It was case of many of us in Barber, because you go, but you should then find the moment to have the same tempo, because it's no reason in the classical musical to have two different tempos. The same I notice in menuet. You start this tempo and then it comes to the capo, it's different tempo. I have to tell you, I did not always like your tempos in menuet. But if you did not return to the same tempo, I like it even less. Oof, I think enough. I think the competition should be a lesson for you. You should think about and maybe have a profit. And I tell you again, with the result, now even, I'm a little surprised. And some of my colleagues I spoke, they are also a little surprised, because we have 11 different personalities, and it's obvious that everybody has different point of view. So thank you. My job is for today finished. Allow me only tell to one thing. These conductors who did not enter to the second round, if you stay for tomorrow, if we have time, you can always come to everybody of our jury before the competition is over and ask something about your personal appearance, and the jury member will tell you his personal opinion. Thank you.
Okay, just let me translate. That was a word in private from the chairman of the jury to all the participants.